Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making bacon wrapped scallops. Now, what's better than bacon and what's better than scallops? Putting them together and cooking them just right. Hope you all enjoy this delicious, easy, quick meal. So, let's get started.
Okay, so for the ingredients, depending on the length, we want 6 to 12 slices of bacon. Then we're going to need 12 large sea scallops, 1 tablespoon of butter melted, 1 clove of garlic minced, 1 teaspoon of parsley, half a teaspoon of lemon pepper, and finally some salt and black pepper to taste. Alright, so to get things started, if you're using wooden skewers for this recipe, we want to take a large bowl of water and soak the skewers in it for about 30 minutes. This helps the skewers not burn during the broiling process, so make sure you don't skip this step. Now, we want to place the bacon on a frying pan on medium heat, or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or 176 degrees Celsius, and cook the bacon slices for about 3 to 4 minutes per side, or until just slightly cooked and some of the fat on the bacon has been rendered. And depending on the length of your bacon slices, you may need 1 bacon slice per scallop. In my case I did, so I ended up cooking 12 slices of bacon. But if you have really long slices of bacon, you might get away with 6 and cutting it in half. But the important thing is that we don't want the bacon to become crispy. So all we're looking for at this stage is a slight caramelization on the bacon slices and some of the fat to render away, and at that point you can remove the bacon slices from the pan and set them aside. And so once all the bacon has been cooked to our liking, we can move on to preparing the scallops. So you want to wash all your scallops under cool running water, and then once they're all clean, you want to dab the scallops dry with the paper towel, and then generously season each of the scallops with the salt and black pepper on both sides. A main reason you want to dab the scallops dry is to allow for a better cook at the end of the recipe. So make sure you dab them dry before adding any seasonings. Now, to prepare the skewers, you want to wrap the bacon around the scallop and then thread about 3 bacon wrapped scallops onto each skewer. I like to make sure I pierce one edge of the bacon with the skewer so that it doesn't separate from the skewer during the broiling process. Another helpful tip for this recipe is to choose scallops of relatively the same size so they all cook evenly. And you also want to make sure you choose bacon slices that are long enough to wrap around the diameter of the scallop. And while we're skewering these scallops, don't forget to skewer that like button, subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this, and stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. At this point, you want to preheat your broiler for 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 degrees Celsius. And you want to place the scallops on a baking sheet lined with aluminum foil. And as far as your oven is concerned, you want to place the cooking tray that the scallops will be on the second available tray of your oven, which would be about 6 inches from the broiler. You don't want your scallops closer than that, otherwise they will burn. So now with all the bacon wrapped scallops set, we want to move on to creating our topping. And so you want to mince your garlic clove, and I'm using a garlic press, but feel free to finely chop it up as well. You just want to make sure you get really small pieces of garlic. Likewise with your parsley, you just want to make sure you finely chop it up so that you can ensure each bite of scallop gets a taste of that parsley and garlic. So in a small bowl, we want to add in our melted butter, and then add in our minced garlic, the parsley, as well as the lemon pepper seasoning. You want to whisk that all together until it's well combined. And now with this mixture, you want to brush it over all of the scallop tops, making sure to get both sides of the scallop. Now you want to broil these for 8 to 10 minutes, flipping the tray around the 3 to 4 minute mark. Another good indicator that they're ready is that the bacon is crisp and the scallops are just cooked through. Your goal is to definitely not overcook the scallops. Otherwise, all you're doing is creating rubber pucks, and nobody wants that. So once the cooking time is up and your scallops are ready, you can remove them from the oven, serve them hot, and enjoy. And just like that, you've made bacon wrapped scallops. This is the perfect combination of salty and savory. I hope you enjoy this delicious meal, and let me know how it turns out for you down in the comments. And another alternative or variation to this recipe, you can try using turkey bacon if you don't want to use any pork products. They'll still be delicious. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel to see more videos and recipes like this one, and hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned for next week where I show you how to make one of my favorite breakfast sandwiches inspired by my brother's recipe. I know you all are going to love this one. Well, thanks again for watching. Check out some more tasty recipes on my page, and I'll see you next week. And until then, peace.